Now, I want to share with you a little bit about my journey and how I came to this understanding. I grew up in a traditional Jewish home in New Jersey. I went to Hebrew school as a child. I was bar mitzvahed at the age of 13. Being Jewish was really important. I lost most of my family during the Holocaust. And as I got older, I eventually started working in a large recording studio in New York City, looking at the lives of all these famous people around me. I said to myself, there has to be more than just this. And I began a spiritual journey. I started studying with my rabbi in my traditional synagogue, but I also started to study martial arts and yoga, Eastern philosophy, and I started meditating because I was really looking for a personal relationship and encounter with God. And then my best friend, John, came to faith in Jesus as the Messiah. And one day he calls me on the phone and he says, Jason, do you think you could tell the difference between the New Testament and the Old Testament? And he read me this passage about this man that had to be crucified. And he said, Jason, old or new? And I said, obviously, John, that's New Testament. It's talking about Jesus. He said, very good. Let me read you another passage. He was bruised for our transgressions. He was crushed for our iniquities. And by his chastisement, we receive peace. By his stripes, we're healed. He said, Jason, is that the old or the new? I said, obviously, John, that's talking about the New Testament. He said, no, that's the Jewish prophet Isaiah, written in the 53rd chapter, 700 years before Jesus ever walked the face of the earth. And I began to be provoked to jealousy because in all my years in the synagogue, I had never heard that passage growing up. And so I realized I needed to learn more and find out who this Jesus was. So I wind up going to this Messianic congregation, and at the end of the evening, they begin to pray. I prayed, and it was there that I received the Messiah kind of through an altar call, which I didn't really understand what it was, but they gave me the first New Testament. I was not sure about my decision. I wound up taking it home. Curiosity got the better of me. I read the New Testament. I was blown away how Jewish it was, how all the Messianic prophecies tied together, and I was just amazed, and I came to the realization that Jesus truly was the one Moses and the prophets spoke of. My mom found that Bible hidden in my room. She got really upset. She's like, you've become a follower of Jesus. What is this? You've joined a cult. Go meet with the rabbi. So in preparation to go meet with the rabbi, I took out my Jewish Bible and I underscored all of the Messianic prophecies. I studied all of them. And I was just amazed how many prophecies in the scriptures, how much of the old all points to Jesus in the new. I met with him, and that really set the foundation for how I study and understand the scriptures. It really began to transform my life and give me a sense of excitement about God's word and all of the connections.